The big engines were not very happy with their extra workload on the island of Sodor. Not only did they have to pull their trains, but they had to shunt them together instead of Thomas doing it for them. They were very grumpy and would often be late for their trains because they took so long shunting. To make matters worse, they also had to use a turntable. Tank engines or smaller engines don't need to use turntables, but tender engines do because it's dangerous to go fast backwards. One day, Gordon hopped on. It was a very windy day. He tried to stop in the right place, but the wind just kept blowing him, and he wasn't trying very hard. To make matters worse, he was really grumpy. Eventually, his driver came out. "Your big tender upsets the balance. I'm sorry, but we'll just have to pull the next train backwards." Gordon was very cross. Is there like not a loop or something that we can go to?" "No, I'm sorry." Oh, the indignity. Gordon arrived at the platform. Some people teased him. "Look, it's a tank engine." "Oh, it's only Gordon." James was laughing too. "Ha ha ha. Be careful, you might stick too. I'm not so big as you." James eventually came back later that day. He was trying to turn around to get into the sheds, but it was a very windy day. The wind blew him round like a top. "Wow!" cried James. Gordon arrived just in time to see the action unfold. "Ah!" cried James. He spun around, and when he stopped, he was still facing the wrong way. He didn't care. Gordon laughed. "Playing roundabouts, are you? Be a sensible engine." James didn't reply. He just rolled into the shed. That night, the engines had a meeting. Gordon has to pull his train backwards and people think he's a tank engine. James has to spin on a turntable like a top. It's disgraceful. "I think I have an idea to solve this," he told them. "Yes," said Gordon, "we'll do it tomorrow." The engines had decided to go on strike. The next day, a mob of angry passengers were at the platform. "We want our money back. I'm going to be late for my meeting. Where's the train? I'm going to be late for my meeting. Where is the train? Where is the train?" Sir Topham Hatt sat in his office listening to the noise outside. What could that be? Is there no train? Was it late? The station master came in. "There's trouble in the shed, sir. Henry is sulking, there's no train, and the passengers are saying that this is a bad railway." "Indeed," said the fat controller. "We'll see about that." And he sped away to the sheds. He arrived at the sheds. The engines were grumpy. "Henry, go pull your train." "He won't, sir," interrupted Gordon. "We're on strike. We are important engines. You fetch our trains and we will pull them. We will not go in dirty sidings and shunt dirty cars and coaches." I see. Well, we'll see about that. Sir Topham Hatt thought long and hard. He then sped away to turn around and raced to the works. "Oi, you! Are you the controller?" "Yes." "We want our train." "Well, it'll be coming in a minute." He climbed the viaduct and was soon speeding along nicely. He raced into the works and came out a few minutes later heading to Vickerstown. "Oi, Thomas, do you have a free moment?" "Yes, sir." "I have a special for you." "Ooh, a special, sir. Thank you, sir." "We must go and fetch the new engine." Ooh, a new engine? Where is it, sir? It's at the works. Oh, okay. So Thomas and Sir Topham Hatt went to the works. When they eventually came out, they had an engine under a cover. They finally arrived back at the yards. Edward came up. Oh, is this the new engine, sir? It sure is, Edward. You're just in time for us to uncover the engine. A workman slowly undid all the sheets. Ooh, a saddle tank. And number 6. Just then Sir Topham Hatt spoke up. The big engines think that they're too important to shunt trains. How about you 3 run the main line for a while? Ooh, yes, please, sir. And that's exactly what they did. The next day, the 3 engines pulled the express. Ugh, my train's late, but oh well, said a passenger. Meanwhile, the 3 big engines were shut up in the shed. They were very lonely and only had the 3 of them for company and the occasional workman to pass by. They were very sad and now know that they are not so important after all. Hey guys, I was gonna film Percy on screen, but just before I begin, his entire wheel came off, so yeah, the axles weren't rusty, so I don't know why, but yeah, the wheel was cracked for a while, and if you notice, it's actually wobbly. Well, not wobbly, but wonky. So it would always like bounce along the rails and like boom, boom, boom. So yeah, just before I started filming, the whole wheel came off, and yeah. And this Percy is probably the one in the best nick or best condition, and there's not many chips in the paint. So I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to put up with this Percy on screen. He's not in the best shape, but until I can get an Adventures Percy, you'll have to put up with it. Or I actually might not get an Adventures Percy because, you know, I don't have very many Adventures rolling stock. And sorry if you can't hear me over the wind, but yeah, I'll have to use this Percy. He's not wonky and his magnets aren't the best condition, but yeah, I sharpied over a bit of that. But yeah, sorry guys, you'll have to put up with this one for a while. Why is that stuck in? So yeah, I was for a scene, the scene where I was gonna cover it like a tarpaulin to hide Percy, but just as I was doing that, the whole wheel came off. And hold on, I think I have it here somewhere. There's one part, and there's the other. So if you can see that, sorry. Yeah, the entire wheel just cracked off, and you can see that looks all right now, but well, now it doesn't. But yeah, so yeah.